This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello, welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and it has come. There comes a time in every metagame where I have to stop playing the various net decks and I have to start building silly control concoctions to try to keep the nonsense in check. And here it is. My first, well, not my first one. There was a blue-white control Seagate Restoration Gadwick deck, and I still love that deck. Like, that, I don't know which deck I love more, to be honest. They're both blue-white decks. They're both great. But this is Felidar control, and the idea of this deck is to play a lot of instants, counters, and card draw. So you're going to see an insane amount of instant, speed, and flash stuff. And then you get down a Felidar Retreat, the new card from Zendikar Rising, which has landfall. When a land enters the battlefield, you get a 2/2 Cat Beast, or you put a counter on each creature you control, and they gain Vigilance. So the idea is to get this down, and this is our win con. Now, every land that we play also is a 2/2 Cat Beast, or a +1/+1 to all of our creatures. And that's how we close the game. It reminds me of an old school deck called Counterpost. This is super boomer magic. It played a card called Keldjorn Outpost, which was a land. You would tap 1 and a white in the land, and you would make a 1/1. And it just ran a million counter spells for Wrath of Gods and that. So that you would kill whatever your opponent did, counter any spells they tried to play, and then make a bunch of dorks and win. That's what this deck is trying to do. It strays from the path a little bit, just a little bit. It has Legion Angel, along with 3 copies in the sideboard, because I found that to just be a really good card in your white decks if you can fit it in. And then Yorion Sky Nomad, which is the companion here because we're 80 card pile. So sometimes we pull this out of the companion zone to blink some Omens of the Sea and some Omens of the Sun that we accumulate on the field, but it's not that important, honestly. This could be a 60 card deck if you wanted it to be. Going down the list, everything else is instant speed, counter, kill everything, except for the shatters, which just kill everything. For Shark Typhoons, yeah, you can make sharks and put counters on them with the retreat. It's nice. And we also have 4 Mystical Disputes, 4 Neutralize, 3 Essence Scatters, 4 Jawari Disruption, and 3 Negates to stop everything that's important out of the decks that we play against, and 4 copies of Giant Killer. I found this card to get very important lately. It kills the thing with the Embercleave on it. It kills the Zareth San, which is a big one. It sneaks underneath our counter magic and steals our Shark Typhoons. So Giant Killer's been a pretty big addition for me, and it's also great against mono green. And yeah, the 1/2 body is okay, but once you start putting counters on it with the retreat, it's very good. Let's talk about a few of the other cards in the deck. Let's talk about the land count in the deck. What? Only 24 land? Well, not really. As you see, we've got this mana base over here, so we have plenty of untapped lands. That's why you see so many basics. And then we have 4 Emiria's Call, which can make angels or be a land. We have 4 Selendi Vision, which can fetch things out of our top 6 or be a land. We have 4 Jawari Disruption. And we have 2 Kabura Takedown, and this card is actually okay because we do make creatures with our Felidar Retreat and our Omen of the Sun, so sometimes it's a removal spell. But the idea is that we have a bunch of modal spells, so that once we have a retreat down, we can hit our land drops to keep making 2/2s, but they also have this spell option that can sometimes be better than making a 2/2. So it adds a lot of flexibility as we play the game. And yeah, that is a good primer for the deck, I think. Just counter everything, blow up everything, make a bunch of cats, win. Love it. The super techie cards, Heliod's Intervention is a potential out against somebody who gets multiple clovers on the battlefield. Although if they've already cast a Fae of Wishes, you've kind of already lost. So this may not even be essential in the deck, quite honestly. And then the other important card here is Glimpse of Freedom, which is anti-rogue tech. If they mill this into the graveyard, you can clean up your graveyard at a pretty low cost, 3 mana at instant speed, exile 5 other cards, and draw a card. So you can really bury rogues in card advantage while keeping their Drown in the Locks useless. So Glimpse of Freedom, actually a surprisingly useful card for me in the deck so far. So I think I've introduced the deck well. It's control. It's evil. They're going to hate it. Let's see how many people we can get to scoop without actually dealing any damage to them whatsoever. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. The Pink Floyd. Oh my gosh. I'm such a fan of your work. Will you sign my album, Mr. Pink Floyd? Shut up. Zoomers. Pink Floyd is a band, not a person. Let's begin. It's an all-tap land hand. Those happen with this deck. Hopefully double Shatter the Sky is the recovery that we need. It's a 1/1. Oh no! Not like this. Serpent in there. Yay, a Plains. Are you ready to ambush a Stone Coil? Let's see what the opponent does. I'm going for it. I want the card. Thirst for meaning, huh? There's the Yorvo. We knew it was coming. How did you know, CGB? You just know. You just know these things after you've taken enough beatings from mono green. You just know. Let's see how the opponent wants to play this. I'm not down for just shattering this yet. Swarmy, sure. What else you got? Post-combat, odd. And a Mammoth, alright. Well, that's something we can blow up. So, this turn, let's dig. So, give up the Typhoon or give up the Omen? I think it's a pretty easy give up the Omen. The Typhoons can trade with large creatures. Mystical Dispute, huh? So, let's not wait another turn. Let's play this tapped, because we don't have a use for the mana otherwise, and blow them up. And then, we have the backup Shatter. We also can start making big sharks to block attackers. Yorvo returns. Lovestruck Beast mode. Let's get a shark ready. Shark currently a 4/4. So last time the opponent didn't play the creature first. This time they do. Let's go ahead and, well, if we're going to blow it up anyway and the opponent's going to draw a card anyway, let this resolve. Alright. A few options. We could make a shark and chump this. We could use a castle and block. Next turn, Shatter the Sky. I think what we want to do is Glimpse of Freedom. I think I just take this, which is weird. But I think I want to play Glimpse and do everything I can to have counters to go with... counters and land drops to go with the Shatter the Sky. Okay. Doing it. And hit him again, if you can get to it. Glimpse online. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys, they're using a lot of mana. This is very scary. And they don't play around the Jawari Disruption. They just go for it. But that lets me play a Mystical Dispute. Alright. Looks like the lockdown is here. I'd love a Felidar Retreat, but our opponent's probably a Gemrazor deck anyway. Just keep countering. Just never stop countering everything. And draw more cards. And draw more cards. Did not find another enchantment, but I'll drop off a Typhoon. Emiria's Call. Shall we make some 4/4s? Not necessary. The torture was enough. No damage dealt. On the play, love it. Let's see. Tapped, untapped, tapped. Life goes on. Sure. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is mono red. They play mono red. Love to sneak a giant killer down, but what can you do? They're just too mono red to mono red. Uh-huh. So not a robber of the rich. And they say go, let's cycle. I mean, you can play your Bone Crusher Giant now or later. I don't give a fox. Play this tapped. Begin staring at the mono red. We did it, everyone! We bone crushed. Alright, you might be saying, why counter there? I actually want them to spend the 3 mana and a turn on casting the giant at some point. I'll just counter it then. It also gives me something I could target with Giant Killer, but I'd have to take 2 damage, so that's not a very good trade. Alright, here it comes. So, because I'm missing land drops, let's just use the Essence Scatter here. We might need to play this next turn. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna cast this little guy. And if the opponent tries to Bone Crush him, I will negate that. And in the meantime, it can block the champion. Negating a Bone Crusher Giant. That and negating Embercleave. You know, those are the 2 things. Now, when the opponent attacks, they have Robber, or they have, what is it? Rimrock Knight. Or they just have another Shock, or they just have another Bone Crusher Giant. What a load of crap. Mono red is crap. Great. At least we're not taking too much damage yet. Just one at a time. The slow misery that is death by mono red. Disputed. Alright, main phase, Omen of the Sea, to try to hit our land drops and find cards that don't suck. Success. Try to get us to where we can Yorion, also make a big shark next turn. Should be fun. Hopefully the opponent gives us something to negate here. Like an Embercleave. Or Rimrock Knight. Okay, now they go for Robber. Nice. It doesn't steal from me yet, though. They'd have to play another card. There's the Cleave. Now, they might very well have another. Good cards. Good cards both. They don't stop an Embercleave if the opponent has another one. But the shark is big. It will trade with whatever they cleave up on. And then the Omen gains some life back, mates some blockers. Another land, okay. Now the opponent gets a theft here, so we should make our creature first. So that, well, it can't be countered anyway, but... A giant killer would be brutal. Hold on. Let's let this resolve and see what they steal. The call. Oh, frick. All right. Gonna make them some angels. Oh, how do I beat that? I need Yorion to come down? Maybe? Okay. So what do we block? Neither one plays around a Rimrock Knight, and either way, if they play a card here, we're happy because they don't get to play the call. So let's block the Robber and force them to play the call this turn. Alright, we're going to need another white source, which we've gone an insane amount of time not finding. There it is. Tapped. Alright, by here. Does the opponent have another Embercleave? It seems like they do. They ran the first one out knowing it might get countered. And they're drawing a ton of land. It could be a land, but I think it's an Embercleave. Oh, it's a Torbrand? Okay, that's actually fine. Like, I can live with this. Alright, Omen of the Sun. Gain a little life, make a little block. I would love to hang on to my Shark to draw a card, but I don't think that's a good idea. I'm just taking too much damage otherwise. So, here we are. I'm so glad it wasn't Embercleave, but now the opponent gets 2 draws. Felidar Retreat off the top. What if I Yorion? Let the opponent keep their Torbrand. I gain 2 life, I draw 2 cards. I have a blocker for the Angel. We stretch the game out a little bit, and I might draw even with them when I shatter. If they top deck a Bonecrusher Giant, I'm not dead. If they top deck an Embercleave, I am dead. Right? Not necessarily. Depends how we block and what the opponent uses it on. Plus we could find another counter here. Let's go for it. Whew! Got a hot one going with This Is Mono Red. Stealer of Angels. I'm digging for a negate, an essence. Like, I want something I can play for 2 mana really badly here. I don't want to give up this turn. Alright, I'll keep these. Because next turn, if we get out of this turn, we have Shatter and then we have Neutralize. And we have the white mana to activate the castle. Opponent off the top. What is it? What the heck is it? Don't attack with every... Oh my god. It's Embercleave. It had to be Embercleave. It must be Embercleave. Alright, you over here, you over here. See if we live. How do they always do it, man? How? Alright, castle. That's not Embercleave. Second castle? Yes. Yes. You're telling me there's a chance. Alright, we're going to hold the land to play after the Felidar Retreat next turn. Boom! Yes, draw more land, Red Mage. I couldn't be happier. Let's just hold it. It could be the 4th Bonecrusher Giant, and I would want that countered. Felidar Retreat. Begin the march of the Cat Beast. Come on, hang out. Get your own Hedron. Get your own butterfly on your face. Embercleave. 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 Oh, nope. Nope. That basic... So, the reason we counter the Embercleave there is because it invalidates all of our cat beasts. The opponent can attack right through them with any creature they find. Whereas, we don't have to worry about this Rimrock Knight very much as long as we don't let them have an Embercleave and we keep making cat beasts. Easy. Boom. I will has my angels now, since you so rudely stole my previous ones. On God. It is scary. That Embercleave was like one card away from being on the perfect turn. Frickin' mono red. Just always on the razor's edge of defeat. No! No! Don't be Embercleave. Don't be Embercleave. I mean, it's probably not. They just want to trade with one of my angels, right? One, if not both. Castle. One angel down. Leftover mana does what? What does it do? Nothing. Love it. Land. Make 2/2 Cat Beast. We could start pumping this squad and giving Vigilance, but I'm a little greedier than that. Just a little. We're also at a point where the Omens can start scrying. The only creature we have is Yorion, and... well, not the only creature, but... the only Yorion we have is the companion Yorion, and it's gone, and we don't have a way to get it out of the grave. So we don't need these on the board anymore. Shock yo face. I accept. Royal yo face. That does 5 damage. Hold on. What is this, 8? I can make one that's 9, and then if I draw a land that's lethal, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have enough mana to also thirst here. Let's see if we can find the lethal. We need a land. We don't see it. But I have a neutralize, so I guess I'll play that instead, and lethal will be put off for another turn. There is a fabled passage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Actually, a pretty tough game. A pretty tough game. But the hero emerges victorious. That was mono red, now they mono dead. One lander. Won't do. Double Shatter and Shark Typhoon. What do we keep? I think we just put away the takedown. All tap land as usual. Per the norm. Man, if my scries get messed up by those little rogues, I'm gonna be salty. I might as well just get salty now. We know that's what's happening. 100%. Yay! Untap land. We did it! Internet. It's just mono red. It's mono red. They are back for more. I will disrupt you. Or do we save the disruption for the... Guys, let's save the disruption for the annex to make sure that we get to shatter. You don't get to steal a card. Haha, joke's on you. I mulliganed. Alright, they're probably going to get to scry unless they do play the annex. If they play 2 spells, they get to steal. Intervention. No, don't think we'll need that. Alright, Annex, come on. Feed me the Annex. Feed me the perfect 1-2-3 curve. Well, aren't you fussy? Alright, I'm blowing you up. End of story. And then I'm blowing you up again. Who holds back the Annex there? What kind of a maniac? Are they the person without the Annex? Or are they the big brain who has the Annex? And the Bone Crusher here? Okay, no Bone Crusher either. Hellhound. Sweet. That's it? Sweet! Probably holding back a land, but I think I can just take the damage from this guy. I know we're getting really close to actually being able to play that, but I just believe I'll draw another, and I still might get to use this. No land drop. This game's getting better every second. We don't have anything to use with the Yorion yet. It would just be buying the 4/5. Might as well make a Shark instead. Although Shark gets bigger every turn. Okay, I'll buy the Yorion. I mean, a 4/5 against Mono Red is a house. Would you like to Rimrock Knight your Hellhound? No? There we go. There we go. Now the puppy's a pupper. Wrong. Wrong answer, Torbrad. Vision, we can put that in tapped. Land located. Opponents hit a few in a row. What do you think? 4/4 Shark? They'll Rimrock Knight trade. Let's just take it. And now make the 4/4 and then try to protect it with counter magic of some kind? Or just intimidation? Plus the opponent has to play a land to grow this anyway. The retreat. We don't draw a land though. Let's get it on the battlefield. Shock my face. You got it. How much burn do you have? Another shock. It could be a lot of burn. Down to 5. Might be hammer time. Intimidator. Scat that. We want to be able to block with our Shark. And do you have burn? Eruption. Is it another shock? It is not another shock yet. Let's try to locate some life gain. Unlocated. This can go a little deeper. Let's decline to discard the Omen. Yorion's really not doing much, but it can blink the Omen. Let's drop the Shatter because now we have the board presence. Do we keep the Disruption? I guess it doesn't matter which land we play. They're both tapped. Make 2/2. 2 life. You got it? Another shock. It's a robber. Okay. My turn. If they had Bone Crusher, they'd just play it through Dispute, right? Should we wait? If they had Bone Crusher, they would have played it several times before. So come on, negate. Where are you at? I guess I'll take this. Legion Angel. I mean, that can start turning the tide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. What I really, really need though is a negate or an. I need like a hard counter. There's no way around that. Let's see, all this in front of the creatures to... Does it stop an Embercleave? 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It does. So let's no attack. Digging. Still not finding. Getting concerned. Maybe I should have taken the blind pull there. Intimidator, that's going to have to be fine. You have to remember the warrior gains trample part. That's scary. Are we attacking? We are not. Alright, so what is this hand? Embercleaves? Would the opponent have played this last turn? I think they would have. So I think they top decked it. So that means they don't have something here to sneak through. So we go for the Omen. Essence Scatter. I wish. But that's not the solution we need. Neutralize, negate. Neutralize, negate. Neutralize, negate. Slendy Vision. That might find it. That might find it. Sweating. Double Dispute should do the job. At least for a minute. I could play this, pump the squad. I don't feel like I can play the Legion Angel. We've got to start making progress at some time, but I still feel it's too risky. It's killing me. Alright, we're chilling. We're chilling. Vision. Alright. Alright. Man, it's funny because if they're holding Shock or Bone Crusher, they could just go for it here, and I don't have it. Like, I Mystical Dispute, they pay. I can't Mystical Dispute again. 2 landers on the play. The gut check. Does RNG love you? Let's find out. No tap land either, which is... I know I have so many in the deck, I know that the rest of my lands will probably be tapped, which is kind of a tilt. That's life. That's the way it goes. Off the top. Uh-oh. The Roger Rogues. I am ready with the Essence Scatter. You mill me. You dare to mill me? The one in best of one? Alright, we need to find... What are they? The escape card that draws card. Those are going to matter. Let's see if the opponent throws me off here with a little flash action. Not yet. Not yet. It's going to be an interesting game. So hold on to the Shark Typhoon until it's big enough to eat this sucker. Oh, I wanted that Mystical Dispute. Let's go for it, Thirst. I'm definitely in the mood to discard the Felidar Retreat. Oh, we got them to flash in the Thought Thief. That makes Shatter good. Oh. Happy CGB. There is Glimpse of Freedom, which I would love to drop in the graveyard. Is there something else I'd love to drop in the graveyard? Giant Killer isn't good. It only hits Zareth. We're about to Shatter. The opponent's going to play a thing. Then I need to deal with it. Maybe Giant Killer is the best for that. This is actually tough. This is very tough. Maybe the... I still... Because I do want to throw this in the bin to start exiling cards from my graveyard quicker. But I think it can wait. I think it can wait. And I don't think I need the retreat. It's not good in the matchup. Let's hang on to the card quantity here. Do need to draw land. Say go. Say go. Don't play around my counters. Fine. Fine. If you're gonna do that, it's not that scary. Alright, we missed the land drop. But I think the Shark Ambush on this thing is worth missing a land drop. Here comes the attack. I imagine the opponent's going to use a Drown in the Loch to kill this. But we still get to draw a card. They have to use their only black mana. Or they lose their Wind Robber. So it's a good pickle to put them in, where it occupies most of their turn. Yep. It's not the way they want to use a Drown in the Loch. Not a good draw. That would... Okay, this is fine. Glimpse, Essence Scatter, Giant Killer we also want available. I think I'm actually taking 3 here, just to have all my options. Because if the opponent goes for Zareth, that's what Giant Killer can do. Counter won't stop it. And the opponent might really want that retreat. Look at them. Look at them. They are so excited. They're so excited for the Zareth. You want it. You want this so much, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Ah, ha, ha. The tech. The tech. What a blowout. All right, let's play Glimpse, and then we can start using it to unload our graveyard. We do have to draw land, though. Land, though, Calrissian. What are we on? We're on 7, so if we fail to draw the land, we're going to have to discard. I could also Omen for it, but then we're not emptying our graveyard. Okay. Then, in that case, holding up Giant Killer doesn't do much. Let's play our Giant Killer in the Adventure Zone. We'll hold up Essence Scatter and maybe an Omen, but preferably Glimpse. Return of the Wind Robber. And the Rankle. That is the Essence Scatter, right? The other thing we could do is let Rankle hit us. They sacrifice this. Discard, draw, nah. Just say no. Why would it tap this way? Maniac. Say no to Rankles. That was all it took. We broke their will to compete. I am so whitelisted for Shatter in this video, and I love it. Also going first. Like, it's going so well, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on here. It's just, okay. It's just wearing the mono red on one sleeve. That's an interesting one, the red cap, because they can play around the disruption if they just pump it and we take 3 a turn. Or they can play around disruption that way. Gross. Alright, let's try to hold a Typhoon. We'll try to throw it in front of the red cap. Actually, we're just going to shatter this. Let's play this tapped. And if the opponent plays anything that isn't Annex, we'll shatter the board. Gutsy. They want to play around counter magic here? No. They wait for the first strike damage. Smart. I like that. That's smart. Smart red mage. We're up against a superior being. Let's cycle the neutralize. Mostly to assert dominance. We're going to shatter it anyway, so it's unlikely we get to counter anything anytime soon. Start over. Opponent goes for the giant. Do they miss the land drop? They do. Another shatter. Let's get the 2/2 army going. Fervent Champion. Shock or Bone Crusher? Bone Crusher. Okay. And attack. Okay, they found a cave off the top. We need to shatter them, and we need a land. We don't get the land. Do you think we can neutralize an Embercleave, or negate an Embercleave here? We don't have to. And the weird thing is, because I missed the land drop, I can't put pressure on them. Alright, we have to get these omens resolved, so I need an untapped land or some other solution to the situation, and we don't get it. I guess we can try to Shark Typhoon block, but if they have Embercleave, which I think they do, we die. Okay. Well, not great. Not great. Let's make the 2/2. And I guess keep the land drop. I know I just bottomed one, but... Shatter? Yeah. If we're going to Shatter next turn, I guess that's the play. Alright, don't have Shock Embercleave. That would break my heart. Okay, well, it appears they just have it all. Is there any way around this? Negating this, they can just cleave the creature I don't block. So I have to go for the Shark Typhoon play. They were pretty lucky to draw that land, and they had the card in hand that they needed. And if they have the Embercleave on top of it, there was no way. Okay, it's not Embercleave. We're going to 1. Do they have another thing? Or 2, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. No Embercleave. We're alive, kinda. We're dead to like a robber of the rich, I guess? No. We got a cat. Here, kitty kitty. Save me. Yeah. That's not good. They draw another land, and they draw Rimrock Knight. They are negate-proof. Land is good. We need land. And this is 2 lands in 1. And we have what? Okay, almost enough to go Yorion. And to neutralize. Okay. Make 2/2. By Yorion. Hold up, neutralize, and negate. Wow. Turn in a tight corner here. Oh no. Alright, once we have the Yorion down, this won't kill me. So we have to neutralize this, and then they bring it back next turn. So if they attack here, we can make another 2/2, kill off the Torbrand, and block the Rimrock Knight. So that must be what they're thinking about. If they want to charge in, they do not. Let's save this activation for later. You never know where it might be helpful. That's a good draw. Another Shatter, another Neutralize. Seems good. And a Legion Angel. Okay. A little short on land drops for a minute, but we might just end up shuffling this guy away if we want to. Alright, land off the top, so the opponent doesn't hold the land. We don't have to play around anything. They go for the Phoenix. So we still have to stop the Phoenix later. Now's the time to stop it with the takedown. Put up the block, see if they want to pump it, which they obviously don't need to do. I'm just seeing if they'll do it anyway. Phoenix down. Phoenix has fallen. They get to do it again next turn. But this time we have Neutralize. And we also get to start developing Angel Power. So we don't even have to counter it. Let's begin the attack. Gotta finish them sometime. The escaping commences. Land. Thank you, red mages, for drawing lands. Let's trade. So I still can't attack in unless I put a counter, 2 counters on these things. So let's keep on holding on to the passage. But we can give up the Omen and scry up some land, because that's the only thing we need now. We've got the counters, we've got the removal. All we need is land. Three cards in the graveyard. Phoenix isn't coming back right this minute. Opponent sitting on their end step, debating activating Castle Embereth. Yorion! Do it! Do it now! Get them, Yorion. Bring honor to us all. To life! We did it! We did it! I suppose we can keep this. We're going for 5 straight mono reds. Can we has them? Will it occur? No. The streak is broken. The only double blue card in our deck is Neutralize. I might cycle it here. It's a little awkward to play around. Okay. Gargoyle. Gargoyles ew. Let's just cycle this away. Found another blue. Shatters and takedowns. The takedowns might matter when we play the Omen here. Shatter cleans up the board. Unfortunately, Gargoyle gives a card, which is grr. Alright, please mill my whatever the card is with escape. The card draw, the think twice with escape. Please mill it. Do it. Do it now. Here's the Omen of the Sun. Vantress can currently block. Why would I play this when I know that I'm going to have to shatter this? Just cuz. Let's slow roll the passage because it fills the graveyard. What am I doing this turn? Probably a Shark Typhoon. Buying this doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, Shark Typhoon turn. The opponent might have a flashy creature. Ooh. Frantic Inventory. I guess that's a way to keep the hand full. Our opponent might be on some kind of a turbo mill plan. I've got some Dimir mill decks that run the Gargoyle and the Frantic Inventory. We're in a lot of trouble if that is the plan, because our hand has no counters, alright? Cacophony, good choice. Alright, let's take the damage, let's make the Typhoon, and then we'll try to gang up the takedown on the Gargoyle. Opponent is a thinker. So what plan are they concocting? Probably a Drown in the Lock. Disruption off the top. Can counter a Drown in the Lock. Let's try to set up Ambush, Block, Takedown. And in order to do that, we could also hold up the Disruption here, or we could buy the Yorion. I think it's fine to buy a Yorion. Then again, we might need this just... Yeah, let's wait. Let's hold up all the options. Draw 2. Let's not. Seems like as good a trade as I'll get for this card. Alright, block. Let's put the damage on them. Let them commit to other plays. Cast the takedown in their end step. Okay, I guess I have to do it now. My opponent somehow managed to draw 3 frantic inventories. What a master. Okay, we got the drown out of him. So we get to shatter. That gets rid of the gargoyle, but their hand is fully stacked now. They're just going to outcard me by a mile, unfortunately. I don't think there's much we can do. We've definitely drawn enough land. Don't need any more. Oh, Giant Killer would have been a nice top, too. So do we play the Shatter and give them another card here? Or do we let them have this gargoyle that they just attack with a bunch of times? Let's go for the Vision. Well, we might find a good solution. It's possible. It could happen while they have 1 mana open. Mystical Dispute. Thirst for Meaning. Thirst for Meaning gets us back in the card game. Look at that. 6 spells, too. Taking the Mystical Dispute, they just play around it. Did not find an enchantment. Let's drop off these. Legion Angel can take on the gargoyle for a while, though, as long as it's not countered. Let's see what the opponent does this turn while I'm tapped out. Brutal. Yeah, I don't see a game where we pull this off. Honestly, we lost to the 3 frantic inventories. Just too many cards. I guess we have a Heliod's Intervention we could draw to keep me hanging on. Just, you know, to make me feel like I can't quit. Felidar Retreat, huh? Could start going wide. Or we could just go aggro. $12 to 12, 44 to 38. This is going to be an into the story, right? For the finisher. Second gargoyle, okay. Well, they counter the shatter, they win. No, we have a negate now. Okay, interesting. Love that I get milled for that. That's quality. Where's my escape cards? We still have 30 cards to go. That's Mr. Brightside here for you. He's Guild Enforcer. Oh my goodness. Like, what's it gonna take, man? Oh, we found Glimpse! Glimpse of Freedom, that's the card. We found one. What a master. I don't think we're going to get our graveyard cleaned up anytime soon, that's for sure. No. They tried to hit my whole graveyard, we had to say, or half my deck, we had to say no. Opponent's at 8. We can put pressure on them. Make cat. This is just going to get milled anyway. We all know it. Angel find angel. We already played our land for the turn. We could buy the Yorion, or we could glimpse. Would we like a random card from our deck or the Yorion? We can also buy Yorion and play it next turn. Like, we would need another... Because of angels, I think we draw for sure. Because of the angels. We have threats to play as it is. Let's use the glimpse where we can. Alright, 24 cards. The opponent could definitely finish me here if they have Into the Story, but they haven't played it yet. So maybe they haven't drawn it. Seagate Stormcaller. Uh-huh. Another Maddening Cacophony would be 16, and that's a lot. Yeah, I don't think I make it out of here in over 2 turns, but okay, they're going with Heartless Act. Still feeling aggressive, I guess. Or just, that does keep them alive very well. And we go to 1. Uno. Gosh, this couldn't... The pressure is coming from everywhere. Another retreat and a land. We needed that. What if we buy Yorion, play Yorion? They probably have a Drown in the Lock, right? So let's go for retreat. Okay, they don't have a Drown in the Lock. The land can make a pair of 2/2s, and we can have an angel. And the opponent's only at 8. Interesting game. I honestly didn't see a way out of this. But... And we're definitely not out of it. But I can see ways that we win. It could happen. The opponent could draw nothing. Another Stormcaller. Another Heartless Act. That would do it. Okay. They just drew it, man. Alright, good game. I hated it, but it was close, and it made me work for it. So, it is what it is. And we are back for the post-game wrap-up. And the deck had a good winning streak against mono red, mono green. The creature decks, no problem. At the end of it, like I was 1 win from diamond, then I lost. I was on the draw to mono red, I mulliganed. That game's getting cut because I recorded too much time. It would put me over. And then the next game I played is in the video, lost that one, it was tough. Then another game that's getting cut because it took half an hour, but I was behind pretty much from the get-go. Temur Clover dropped 2 Lucky Clovers on me and 2 Edgewall Innkeepers on me in the first 3 turns. That's not gonna work out. It took half an hour, but I really had no chance. Game was too boring. Cut it. But obviously highlights some of the weaknesses of the deck. I doubt I want to play against Adventures in Clover that much with the deck, and I doubt that there's a lot of things I can do to change the deck to make it better for those matchups, but I'm very happy to be able to beat Mono Red a lot and be able to beat up on the creature decks a lot, and I think my Omnath matchup would be good. So everybody's got to have a weak spot. I think Adventures will be this deck's weak spot. Unfortunately, Adventures are still extremely popular. Just know that going out there. What would I change? Forget the idea of blowing up their Clovers with Intervention and winning the game. You just kind of auto-lose that matchup if they draw a Clover early anyway. So I would just cut the Intervention. I also didn't like the Angel. The Angel can go, to be honest. It made me tap out, and I'm doing everything I can to avoid tapping out. What would I add? I'd either add more Thirst for Meaning, because I enjoyed that card, or I'd add more lands. There were multiple times when I had a retreat and didn't hit land, and it was a bit of a tilt, and it shouldn't happen when your deck is like over 50% land, but it does. So maybe the retreats need a little more help, and if you cut the Intervention and the Legion Angel and add a few more lands, those are the suggestions I have for you right here today. Thank you for watching this video. March to 100,000 subs. Please remember to subscribe. Please like. Please leave a comment for the algorithm. Please share with your friends. Going for the 100,000. We're in the home stretch. Let's do it. I can't do it without your help. You guys are the greatest. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Enjoy the deck. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.